I got a couple of guys local, and we love to have local music in the studio here wherever. Chris Charles and Alton Faby are the group called Kickin Names. Welcome, you guys.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, we're glad to have you here. That's for sure. You're getting ready to take off on a little tour around the Pacific Northwest, I understand.
Yeah, we're going to be leaving for a few days to start, and we're going to be going down to Klamath Falls to play Soap Fest, which is a cool little folk punk festival down in the Klamath Falls community area. And on our way, we're going to be hitting Eugene and playing a cool little place called Camp Bell Club, which is a little... a sweet little artist community, which I'm pretty stoked about. And then on our way back, we're going to be hitting Portland and shooting some video with Bridge City Sessions, and they mixed and mastered our EP, and it's a little side project, or side part of a label called Flail, and we've been trying to become a part of them. And then we come home for a little bit and play Birds View Brewery, and that's on the 24th, and then we got 2 back-to-back shows in Seattle where we'll be playing Punkus Folk Festival, and then we'll also be playing the very next day on the 26th, the Northwest Folk Life Festival at 6 o'clock at the Vera Project stage.
Sounds good. I think you told me the kickoff is tomorrow night. We want to be sure and talk about that. That's at Ristretto here in downtown Mount Vernon.
They do an open mic nights on Friday or on Saturday nights, and so right after their open mic night, Sean has been very helpful and let us do a cool little send-off show there, starting around 6:15, 6:20.
Sounds good. That'll be tomorrow evening, then on the 11th.
Yeah.
That'll get you kick off your tour, sort of.
Yeah.
Sounds good. And tell me, Chris and Alton, I am right, aren't I, that you guys are from Sedro-woolley?
That's true.
Yeah, born and raised.
Born and raised. Yeah. That's terrific.
Really straight far.
Yeah.
You make no excuses for that whatsoever. That's
No.
good. I like that.
You might not be able to spell that well, but we can see. So.
I missed that day in high school.
Missed that day in high school?
Don't feel bad, guys. So did I. When they were passing out common sense, I was next to last in line, so don't feel bad at all. Hey, listen, let's get a couple, 3 songs in here. What would you like to do for us first?
The first song we're going to do is called Vegas, and he wrote this after he came back from my wedding down there. So.
Which one of you wrote it?
He did. He's a lyricist.
You're the lyricist.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's got a little way with words, I'd say.
Okay.
I only play the guitar because it's something to do while I sing.
That sounds great.
So
Sounds great.
I like to write words, I guess.
Perfect. All right, you guys take it away whenever you're ready, okay?
Well, we're all men, baby, but we just want more, so really keep it together for the dance floor. You gotta dance tonight, and you're gonna have everything. Hell to the spirit of rock and roll, but you gotta soul, you can pay that toll, but baby, your body moves, I've got something to put back in it. And it's free unless you want it. Free unless
I love that.
Thank you.
That now, and you wrote that?
Yeah.
Terrific.
We got back from our my wedding in Vegas, and we were just got off back home into Mount Vernon, and we were walking to IHOP, and he had this tune stuck in his head, and the next thing you know,
Yeah, I just needed it was so much commotion in Vegas that I had this tune in my head. I just needed a quiet little time alone just to process it, and
Right.
it was this perfect opportunity. He's like, "Come meet us at IHOP." I'm like, "Okay." Then on the way there, I'm like, "I wrote a song on the way here." But he came with the idea of calling it
pair of dice.
Pair of Dice, like
That's
paradise.
Like a paradise, but it's
Pair of dice. Okay.
Because it is kind of paradise over there.
Oh, that's terrific. Oh God, have you two been lifelong friends?
yeah. Since pretty much diapers, we grew up together. We actually got a little blood brother stick and poke tattoo on our hand.
I see that. I see that.
So we grew up together. His family lived right at the same spot where my dad had his church, like a little house right next to it. So we hung out all the time. And then later on in life, he ended up moving literally right behind my backyard. Like their house was right across the farmer's field. So we've been friends since forever.
Well, I just remember everyone would go to class in high school, except for this guy, Chris, and a couple of his buddies. They would just stay in the hall. I'm like, "Isn't it class time?" And they're like, "Well, we're just gonna hang out." I'm like, "I want to hang out too. I don't want to go to class." That's how we became good friends. We just ran. We had a van for a while in
Yeah.
high school.
We just ran around and slept in a van, and we just did a whole bunch of crazy adventures.
Yeah, it was fun. A
It
lot
was
of
a fun time.
random camping.
Yeah.
These are my my special guests today, Chris Charles and Alton Faby, also known as Kickin Names. And by the way, did you say your dad was or still is a pastor?
He still is a pastor. He's a pastor over at I should probably know this. It's North Cascades Christian Fellowship. It's in sedro-woolley, right across the street from Three Rivers Inn there, the big old purple doors.
Oh, okay.
He also has another
Okay.
church in Bow and helps out at a church in Alaska as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
It doesn't work with snakes or anything like that.
No,
Okay.
nothing crazy like that.
I just want to be sure.
No, he for a while he did some work with Christ the King and stuff like that too.
Oh yeah,
so.
that's a big outfit around here.
Yeah.
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 I've got a chapter out where I live out in Southern Valley. As
Oh,
well.
nice.
Yeah, that's good. And they start off tomorrow evening with a little tour that's going down into Portland at Ristretto at 6:20. You said tomorrow
Yeah,
evening
yeah.
at Ristretto Coffee and Tea downtown in Mount Vernon on the main drag, and great place. That's probably one of my favorite coffee shops in this area. And what have you got lined up? Have you got a second song you'd like to do for us?
Yeah, we got a few more songs for you guys. If you guys have time for us.
We do. We
All
do. I'm anxious to hear it. What's the second one going
The
to
second one's called Sad Song, and
I don't know what the inspiration was. It just came. So.
Is this the one that I heard that was on either on YouTube or I like this song. I heard this. Yeah, I'm anxious to hear this.
All
It
right.
sounds good. Whenever you're ready.
So let me turn this a little. There it is.
sing along.
You know, that's terrific. I really like that song a lot.
Thank you.
I remember when Chris sent me the links to it. That I just jumped out at me. I thought that was. What inspired you to do that one? Now, there's got to be a story behind it.
I guess if anything, it's just like frustration, the world around me.
We have a lot of songs that some of the lyrics when you hear them are kind of sad or could be portrayed as sad,
Yeah.
and so it's kind of like ironic versus like don't begin with a sad song, you know, like it's not like the best way to start off a show. So we usually try to start off with something a little more positive.
I understand, but the music is actually fantastic. It
Thank
really,
you.
I like that song really, really well. So let's talk again about your little tour, Ristretto tomorrow evening, Saturday the 11th at 6:20. You'll be doing open mic down there, and then heading south. And just give me a quick rundown again of the cities you're going to be hitting.
Our first stop is going to be in Eugene. We're going to be playing Campbell Club, and then we're going to go play a music festival in Klamath Falls called Soap Fest, and then going and stopping in Portland and shooting some video at Bridge City Sessions, and then we're playing Birdstock Birdsview Brewery that next Friday. And then Saturday we're playing Punkus Folk Festival in Seattle, and then we're playing Sunday at the Vera Project stage during Folk Life.
Excellent. Hey, you sent me some links, but do you have any CDs or EPs out yet?
Yeah, we have our EP, and it's online on almost every streaming site there is. And then right now we're pretty low on merch, which is a terrible time to be low on merch right before you go on.
Just before you go on
Right
tour.
before you go on tour, yeah.
What are
it's
you going to
awesome.
give everybody IOUs?
Right, exactly. But we do have a bunch of digital download cards, and we have a bunch of stickers and buttons and T-shirts. And I'm actually starting a production company that's just had our first little live video session, and our print shop stuff should be coming in this week. That's why I put off my merchandise order.
Is that the Road Rambler?
Yeah, Road Rambler Productions. So
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Sounds real good. Can you do another song for us?
yeah,
We'd like that very much. What's the next one going?
the next one's called Some Verbs Are Nouns.
Some verbs are nouns.
Yeah.
I like that.
This song was kind of inspired by Andrew Jackson Jihad. He has a song called Brave as a Noun, and he was actually my inspiration at the beginning. I kind of based a couple of my first songs after his style. I really like his sassiness. I really like his sarcasm. So
He's definitely a big inspiration to me too. Between him and the Taxpayers, they're probably some of the two biggest inspirations.
What do you call that type of music? Do you have a genre that you
Well-
that you label it in? I know you guys sometimes are, you're all over the place. Bluegrass, punk, a little bit of everything.
Yeah,
would
you
you
know,
say
I like to consider us roots music, but at the same time, there's a genre called folk punk, which is a lot of people don't like to use the word folk punk, especially a lot of folk punk musicians, because it kind of has a lot of bad negative
A lot of
press to it.
connotation.
So I like to consider ourselves roots musicians because if you could find somebody hopping back on a train back in the 1930s that was just educated enough to write a song, that's probably what you would hear.
Something like Hobo Willie or something like that then, huh? Or maybe even Arlo Guthrie at that time. Yeah, I would say that your music is more roots music than anything. I mean, kind of a little bit Americana too.
Yeah.
But when you first said bluegrass punk, I nearly died laughing. I thought that was great.
Yeah, some of our lyrics are a little bit more to the punk side of things, but we try to keep it as raw and real as we can.
You guys have got, you got huge smiles on your face. You got a tremendous positive attitude, and you can't help but bring a smile to somebody's face when you bring that music in. And I'm just thrilled. Again, let me introduce my guests to you, please. I have Chris Charles and Alton Faby, also known as Kickin Names, are my special guest here today on 91.7 FM KSVR Mount Vernon and 90.1 FM KSVU. And we've got some streamers that are listening in today at ksvr.org. How about you do one more song for us? Would that be good?
One more?
Sure.
All right, let's do Unstrike the Match instead.
Okay.
This is a new song,
Brand new.
brand new. We've been working on it for a while. We played it at a few shows, but this will be a nice way to kind of debut it over here.
That sounds good. Whenever you're ready, okay?
Which one is it?
5.
like I wrote this song. What would I do without you, Chris?
I don't know.
I don't know if anyone even know my music.
That's why we make a good team.
What are the chords for that again?
Shoot up my feet and get me moving like the day we met. I'm not dancing, I'm just trying to get away. Tell mama that I'm spent, I'm not broken, I'm just bent. I don't wanna sell my soul, but it's time to pay. And if you're ever caught alone, then you might find your way back home. It's in your heart, not in your head. Try not to think about it. Love is making the best of what's making around and the higher we get, well, it's holding you down. Like a match, throw away the key like the door of the wind. Like a match, throw away the key like the door of the wind. Don't die before the grave, or you won't have a soul to sing. You made a choice you only had to take. And when all said and done, you won't be the only one. Wish that you had more time to live. Don't give up on me now, you're still showing me how. Let it go, I never meant to wait. And if it sounds well, it's holding you down. The only preventing from our mistake. I strike a match, throw away the key like the door of the wind. Goddamn, I can see a river, but the water doesn't make it to the sea. Can't stand attention to the television, seeing's not enough to believe. I must confess that I have seen the other side, and the grass it ain't much greener than that money on your mind. I might be blessed, but I'm still living just to die. And I'll take that second chance back when you tell me that you lied. Break me down, falling on my knees. Break me down, falling on my knees. I'll strike the match, throw away the key like the door of the wind. I feel the rush and wash away the sea. Take my heart, but we get broken.
Wow, I really like that a lot.
Thank you.
Thanks. That's our newest song.
It's terrific, it really is. You know who you guys remind me of? It took me a minute to figure it out because I hadn't heard any music in a long time. But he's still active, and he's out of Providence, Rhode Island, and his name is Joe Fletcher and the Wrong Reasons.
Joe Fletcher.
Joe Fletcher, yeah, and the album that you remind me so much of his that I like is from a CD called White Lighter.
White Lighter.
Yeah, if you get a chance to listen to that. This, you know, he's got a song called Flat Tire that reminds me a lot of that Unstrike the Match. You know.
Sweet, I'll
Yeah.
check it
Yeah,
out.
you'll have to check that out.
Yeah.
That's great. Thank you guys. It's really been a pleasure to have you here in the studio. My two special guests are Chris Charles and Alton Faby. They record, play, and sing, and do a lot of roots music under the name Kickin Names. And be sure and come down to Ristretto in downtown Mount Vernon tomorrow evening at 6:20. They'll both be there, and I'm sure it'll be a great show. And then, as you probably heard, they have got some cities that they're going to be coming to in Southern Washington and Oregon, and a festival. Where was that festival?
We got 2 festivals. One's in Klamath Falls,
Yeah, I know right where that is.
and then the other one's is Folk Life, which is it's the 48th anniversary of Folk Life.
I've heard of that one.
It's a pretty big festival.
Yeah,
So
sounds good.
yeah.
And is that all weekend long? Is that what it is?
That festival's all weekend long, but we're playing a little this little side thing they've been doing for like 8 years now. It's like a little folk punk after hours thing at Folk Life on Saturday night. So we're gonna be playing at the Connor Bryan's Pub down in Seattle. I think it's in Ballard area.
Yeah, Ballard.
Yeah, and they got a really sweet lineup. It's already seems like it's gonna be pretty packed. And then the next day we'll be playing at the Vera Project stage for Folk Life, and it's gonna be a fun little time.
You'll have a great time, that's
Yeah.
for sure. And what is the name of that EP? Because I want to let people know if they want to grab that.
Yeah, the EP is called Here We Go, and you can find it on Spotify, Pandora, Amazon Music, iTunes, Apple Play, pretty much anything that has a streaming site. You can find it on there.
Excellent. Here we go.
Yeah, here we go.
Okay, that sounds great. Guys, thanks so much for coming in to see me today. I hope you'll come back and see me again
We would love
sometime.
to. This was awesome. Thanks so much for having us.
You are